Greetings. We are a group of interdimensional beings speaking to you on behalf of the Galactic Federation, and more importantly, we represent the wishes of all that is. Today, we would like to address some unique energies that are housed within your third dimensional experience. We will speak to these subjects from our perspective and what we have learned in our research and background, spanning many thousands of your Earth years. It is left to you to discern whether this resonates within your body and your own unique experience. We would like to address the ego and what you call the subconscious. These are very large subjects, but we will try to demonstrate a very general understanding of these two aspects of consciousness. The ego is an energy that develops or comes into existence the moment you are birthed upon the third dimensional plane of existence. It is an energy that has evolved over time as it became necessary for survival of the third dimensional body within certain environments, and this has proven to be so on the earth plane. It is, shall we say, a defense mechanism. As you are birthed upon the earth plane, this energy is incorporated within your being. From childhood, you learn to develop this energy as it is dictated within your own unique environment. For example, if you are brought up in a small family where you are the only child and you are endowed from birth with many comforts and riches, you come to expect certain things as you grow up. You perhaps have a nanny or others taking care of your immediate needs, and so you come to expect certain comforts as a result of this upbringing. Whereas as a polarity, if you were born in a poor family and have had to share your meager existence with many members of your family, the environment within which you grew up was very different. You had to share many things, and sometimes you went without. The ego in both these circumstances has developed very differently. In the first experience, the energies would be of a very proud nature and would be, as this being matures, expect these comforts and expectations from society and for itself. It would surround itself with a class of beings that would be conducive to this behavior. Whereas the other being would be more humble in its maturity, where it would have the propensity to share what it has and reflect its own experiences to others around it. The ego would be of, shall we say, more robust development in the first example. If these two characters were to meet, they would not be able to align with each other because the first would not wish to be associated with the energies of the second being, as it would consider this being to be of a lower standard, and likewise the being that was brought up in a poor family would look up at this being and think of this being as being superior as a result of its own upbringing. Energetically, these two energies are required for these two to evolve on their path. They could both be humble in their individual energies and progress to the higher dimensions. They would need this ego to navigate through their individual lives as circumstances present themselves. Where this becomes troublesome is when these energies develop negative connotations and take on a sense of pride over and above what is required to maneuver through life. For example, the being that grew up poor, if as life progressed, this being was presented with opportunities in abundance, this energy would perhaps take on an air about itself that it was better than anyone else as a result of this abundance. This would be a negative connotation of this energy. The ego also presents itself as a driving force when it attaches itself to a heightened emotion or emotional state or episode. It compounds the emotion that makes for an emotional state to become more than what it really is. It could perhaps present itself as a dueling partner, that is waging against two opposing ideas within your mind. In these circumstances, it is best to separate your mind from the energy and look at it as if observing the circumstance as an outsider, and calmly release and transmute these energies to the higher light. We hope that we have made a clear enough distinction of how these energies present themselves. We will now move on to the energy of the subconscious. This energy is a layer of the overall energy body that exists outside of the mind and becomes active when the being is at rest. These energies take on the energies of the day and any other energies that have been prominent in the being's energy field, and try to resolve any issues and transmute them to the higher dimensions. This energy works directly with the energy of the higher self, and so these two energies, in a way, conspire and work out all the energies that do not serve the being and its life and release them to the light. If there is a lesson to be learned, then circumstances are formed through ideas and ripened so that they may be presented to the being upon waking to bring these ideas to fruition. These energies are working through the higher dimension, and so they have access to the larger template of universal knowledge. Some have proven this to be very useful when they present a problem to their mind before they fall asleep, and they usually have an answer when they are awake. This could present itself as magical, but what is really taking place is that the higher mind has eliminated the blockages during the night and presented the answer for you when you awaken. This is a good method to raise your awareness and access your inner gifts of telepathy and other cognizant energies that reside within each of you. Your subconscious mind works in unveiling all of these energies if they are not already apparent to you. The subconscious mind and the ego are in a way two different arms of the same being. If you can imagine your higher self as the all-governing energy of your experience on the earth plane, the physical mind-body complex and its energies are a template of the higher self that is vibrating at a lower frequency, and so it creates its own energy field. The ego is a shadow that moves around and dances in and out of existence as it appears when needed or called upon. The subconscious is more active as it arises when the mind-body complex powers down during sleep. This energy then rises up and intermingles with the higher self energies and repairs, corrects, and provides any thoughts, ideas, and guidance required for the being to survive moving forward, either in the short or the long term. We will leave you now to ponder these ideas and hope that you are able to work with these energies in your own unique way so that they are beneficial to you in a positive aspect. Maintaining balance in your polarities is very important. It would be a wonderful experience if you could meditate and call upon these energies individually. Journal and document your experience each time to see how these energies present themselves to your own individual experience. We will leave you now in peace and wish you much joy and happiness on your path. Blessings.